Nautamlal Mehta was the first to call Mahatma Gandhi Mahatma, not Tagore or anyone else. There is compelling evidence to support this, the truth. This is the compelling evidence that Nautamlal Bhagavanji Mehta of Jaipur was the first to draft and give a hand this Manpatra citation to Gandhiji on January 21st, 1915. All other claims have no evidence or documents, but are just hearsay. Furthermore, Tagore met Mahatma on March 6, 1915. Please read how our historians, researchers, and scholars are ignorant. This video presents more evidence with minimal subjective writing. Note: we could have very comfortably hired a book writer, a film producer, or a journalist to make more drama with lots of publicity. But it is not in our background, and it is never needed because every document speaks for itself with a few lines. It is a matter of your sense, your logic, your judgment. Nautamlal Bhagavanji Mehta from Jaipur, Saurashtra was the first person to use the word Mahatma on January 21, 1915 at Kamribai School. This fact is supported by documents, unlike the claims of other individuals who have no proof and rely on hearsay. It is worth noting that this credit is often wrongly given to Rabindranath, Tagore or others. There are some unanswered questions regarding Louis Fisher's hyperbole or hearsay. 1. When did Tagore first use the word Mahatma? 2. Where was Tagore located? 3. Was Gandhiji present at the exact location of Tagore on a specific date? 4. Is there a picture of the event? 5. Is there a picture of the citation or document? None of our supposed historians and scholars have ever dared to question Louis Fisher's hearsay or even thought to question it. My grandfather, Nautamlal Mehta and Mulshankar Mehta tried to correct inaccurate historical information from 1952. However, they faced challenges due to the limited communication options available at that time, including the absence of phones, internet and email. Their only means of communication back then was through writing postcards. One of my greatest strengths was the access I had to compelling evidence documents. These documents were supported by the expertise of scholars from the Rajghat Gandhi Museum in New Delhi, including Dr. Y. Anand, Dr. Varsha Das and 6 other team members. They acknowledged the information provided by my family after thorough vetting, which gave me a significant boost. Mahatma wrote in Collected Letters of Mahatma Gandhi, volume number 14, page 347, that he was in Jaipur on 01/21/1915. And on the very same day, Nautamlal Bhagavanji Mehta gave the Manpatra, addressing Gandhiji as Mahatma Gandhi. You can see the copy of that citation here, and the same document is on display at the Rajghat Gandhi Museum in a 6x3 foot display in New Delhi, the world's foremost authority on Gandhian matters. You will find the actual photocopy of the original Manpatra citation bearing the signatures of 44 citizens of Jaipur. Nautamlal Bhagavanji Bhai Mehta was the first to coin the word Mahatma for Gandhiji. This is the actual copy of the Manpatra Gandhiji received from my grandfather's hand into Mahatma's hand. On January 21, 1915, from that day, Gandhiji became Mahatma. No other claimants, even on Tagore's claim by Louis Fisher or anyone, have any relevant documents to prove their hearsay of what they have a platform media. This is the English translation of the Mahatma citation or Manpatra has given to Gandhiji on January 21, 1915 at Jaipur by Nautamlal Bhagavanji Mehta 2. A similar Manpatra was given to the wife of Mahatma Gandhi, Srimati Kasturba Gandhi, on the same day by the women of Jaipur. We also have a copy of it here. Kasturba was also respected with a special Manpatra on the same day, January 21, 1915, by women of Jaipur with their signature, including a signature of Jaikuvar, the daughter of Nautamlal Bhagavanji, Mehta proof and authentication of our record. Here are emails from Dr. Anand and Dr. Varsha Das from the Rajghat Gandhi Museum. 3. Mahatma Gandhi himself wrote in the Collected Works of Mahatma Gandhi in volume 14, page number 347, that he was in Jaipur on January 21, 1915. 4. Small notes from Nautamlal Bhagavanji, Mehta's sons, Manilal and Mool Shankar state that this information is accurate. Manilal wrote this note to his younger brother, Mool Shankar, who was hard of hearing. For this reason, most of their communication was in written notes. Here Manilal says that Kumar magazine wrongly published the info on who coined the word Mahatma for Gandhiji. Manilal says it was drafted and read by his father, Nautamlal Bhagavanji Mehta. This note must have been written around 1970. Hereunder, a few other claims are hearsay without proper documentation. Louis Fisher gave Tagore credit for calling Mahatma for the first time. However, Rabindranath Tagore met Mahatma Gandhi for the first time on March 6, 1915, whereas Nautamlal met Gandhiji on January 21, 1915. Louis Fisher needs proof, citations, or documents with dates. It was Louis Fisher hearsay. No historian or so-called expert has ever questioned Mr. Fisher's claim on the coined word Mahatma. The below page is from Louis Fisher's book, Deception and Wrong Information First, Who Coined the Word Mahatma. From here, falsification and deception started by Louis Fisher. Gurudev never coined the word Mahatma, but Louis Fisher wanted him to say it for Gandhiji. He did his job to fill up book pages with wrong info. The problem is our own so-called Gandhian scholars, historians, authors, and even so-called Gandhi Bhaktos. None have rational thinking, with logic and common sense. No one question with 1. What date Tagore said? 2. What location? 3. Gandhiji was there on so-and-so date. 4. Where is the picture of the event? 5. Where is the picture of that citation? No one ever questions those fundamental questions to accept the historical events. All acted and still acting as stupid as possible. A bunch of our copycat scholars or so-called authorities never had the logic or common sense to question white American authors. My grandfather and uncle tried to fix it in 1950-1960, but in those days, their weapon was writing a letter or postcard with no response. I exposed the above wrong info in 1996 and later, Dr. Anand and Dr. Varshben Das and their team from Rajd Gandhi Museum, New Delhi, acknowledged it. And they were accepted. Still, bunch of ignorant is singing the song of Lousy Fisher without anything in the hand. No one questioned Louis Fisher a few questions. 1. What date did Tagore first time use the word Mahatma? 2. What location was Tagore? 3. Gandhiji, Badhwar was there on a so-and-so date and location where Tagore was there. 4. Where is the picture of the event? 5. Where is the picture of that citation or document? 1. First claim of Tagore by Louis Fisher. Mr. Louis Fisher failed to provide any relevant documents or data. Therefore, he was grossly incorrect and his claim is false. One more point. Tagore met Mahatma for the first time on March 6, 1915. Nautamlal B. Mehta met Mahatma on January 21, 1915. Claim. Some claim that Gandhiji was called Mahatma by the residents of Gurukul Kangadi in no specific date, April 1915, and he, in turn, called the founder Munshiram a Mahatma, who later became Swami Shraddhananda. However, there is no proof of the documents, and the date they claim is April 1915, whereas Nautamlal Mehta and the people of Jetpur signed the Mahatma Manpatra on January 21, 1915. They also do not have any documents or proof that the event occurred before January 21, 1915 of Nautamlal B. Mehta's date. Claim number 3. Another claim by a Gandhian historian states, a private letter from friend Pranjivan Mehta to Gopal Krishna Gokhale in 1909 referred to Gandhi with the title Great Mahatma. However, it is not simply Mahatma but Great Mahatma. Dr. Pranjivan Mehta was Nautamlal Mehta's brother-in-law. In 1909, Gandhiji had neither known nor received any face-to-face citations in South Africa. Moreover, the word Mahatma was not used alone, but Great Mahatma. Gandhiji became known as Mahatma Gandhi. Claim number 4 is from Gondal Rashala, which is only 20 miles from Jetpur. They claim that Mahatma Gandhi visited Gondal on January 26, 1915, and at the Rashal, this Manpatra was presented. However, they were so innocent that they should have known. Mahatma Gandhi was in Jetpur on January 21, 1915. Nautamlal Mehta was the first to meet Mahatma before Tagore or Rashashal. Nautamlal Mehta's trust, New Dynamic Inc., supplied all documentation, photos, pictures of Mahatma, and even Mahatma himself wrote in his book, Collected Letters of Mahatma Gandhi in Vol 14. A few other claims popped out like bubbles from our own help of air to them. From my grandfather's close associates, last name starts with Par, and another last name starts with Days. We gave them copies of the above Manpatra as a kind of gesture to them, as their grandfather's signature was one of those 42 signatures, upon receiving one last name starting with Par. They just rushed to Sabarmati Ashram and local newspapers in Ahmedabad and started dancing that their great father was first to coin the word Mahatma. They were from Jetpur and friends of Nautamlal B. Mehta. They had no original documents, just our copy. As they could not provide more info, they all cooled down. We learned from the above experience. Now we have annotated all our documents. I won't write their name here to respect their privacy and emotional misjudgment. I have the email asking for a copy of the above Manpatras from various past Gandhian grandchildren, such as Kalil, Marsh, and many as now all documents are under the control of New Dynamic Inc. Trust in California. We refuse to avoid more future claims from nowhere. My uncle Mulshankar told me many times that we had approximately 60 letters from Mahatma Gandhi, which were very private as they pertain to family and other personal matters. When my grandfather Pedhi underwent a financial crisis in Second World War, our mill was also looted to save thousands of Hindu Muslims. We gave up on the central bank and moved to Ahmedabad in a small home in Khadia. To keep these letters well, we gave some 30 letters to Sumatiben Morarji and around 30 letters to Kaka Saheb Kalekar. After contacting both families, I am still waiting for a response. I am writing here to stay connected with the public on this matter. For the general public, one person used to hold a mobile gallery of Gandhian documents and mostly about 200 postcard communication between 1950-1970. From Raja Gopalachari, Rajaji and Mulshankar was stolen from Mulshankar home in Vankanar with his coin collection. His helper's name was Go, Zala or Jhala, and last I read an article on him in Gujarat Samachar. I contacted his grandson to sell those documents but have not heard back from him. The postcard has the address of Mulshankar Mehta, Vankanar or Ahmedabad. Read more on the Wikipedia page. Tagore's name was a considerable hyperbole started by Louis Fisher, an American author, without any factual or physical proof. Nautamlal Bhagavanji Mehta was Nagarsheth of Jetpur. Nagarsheth is equivalent to the head of the town, like a modern-day mayor and banker. Louis Fisher had no documents, no location of the event and no date of events. And yet, somehow, he made something out of nothing. All our Gandhian scholars blindly accepted what Louis Fisher said without doing their due diligence. My grandfather, father and uncle started writing with the objection to Louis Fisher's hearsay on Tagore, but they were helpless. My uncle Mulshankar wrote postcards and or letters to various publishing houses as early as 1951, but it was worthless as no one cared about our information or truth. None dared to question a white journalist author from America. My uncle Mulshankar, Nautamlal's second son, spent his whole life following Mahatma and Mahatma's mindset and worked to support underserved people. In the above Gujarati flyer, he says that although he went to jail 4 times, he never took a penny from the government. He had a degree in science from Ferguson College, Pune, but never exploited it for his gains. He let go of his family and inherited 600 years old Pedi for Mother India's freedom. He could have sat in his father's business, but he opted to go to jail for the freedom of India. He says in the above flyers, he can prove that the term Mahatma was first coined by his father, Nautamlal Mehta. Unfortunately, Mulshankar, my uncle, passed away in 1993, but his nephew, Niranjan Eyes, carried on his work with inspiration, determination and guidance. Below is the translation to English of the above yellow banner from Gujarati to English nature. Made me a tool to get justice for my grandfather. I had access to hundreds of family documents and photographs, AKC proof sharing information about the Indian freedom movement and our family's connection to Gandhiji. Thanks to technology, I have better resources and time to share the truth. That journey started in 1996. My greatest strength was scholars from Rajghat Gandhi Museum in New Delhi, Dr. Anand, Dr. Varsha Das, and 6 other scholars on their team who acknowledged my family's information through a lot of vetting and gave me a significant boost. This was published by Rajghat Gandhi Museum, National Gandhi Museum, acknowledging with approval that Nautamlal Bhagwanji Mehta was the first to coin the word Mahatma for Gandhiji. Additional photos and historical information. This picture was taken when Mahatma Gandhi arrived in Jaipur on January 21, 1915. My grandfather used to say that Kamribai school had only 6 chairs and over 100 people in attendance. Those who were elderly were given chairs to sit in. Most had a space to stand anywhere to get into the picture. This event of Khandani and Sanskarik minds. No fight for ego or power, even children were warmly welcomed. When Gandhiji met my uncle Moolshankar, he wrote this note on Moolshankar's sister, Manjula. Manjula ne barobar olakhun chun. અને તેને દેકરીની જેમ મારું મન હરી લીધું છે. એવા જ તમે હો ના હો તો થાઓ અને રહો. બાપુના આશીર્વાદ. Read and interpreted adequately by great Gandhian scholar Dr. Varshaben Das of Rajiv Gandhi National Museum, New Delhi. I know Manjula very well. She won my heart as my daughter. If you are like her and not like her, try to be like her and stay that way. Bapu's blessings. For additional context, Varshaben is the granddaughter of great Amrit Lal Bhaishat and daughter of Mohanlal Sopan. My uncles Vajubhai and Moolshankar Bhai and my aunt Manjula, Maya, gave their whole lives to Gandhian ideas and moments without seeking office. They worked directly with the underserved on one basis. No one knew their work, but thousands of people felt and benefited from their work. This is the actual note that Gandhiji wrote to Moolshankar about his sister Manjula, mentioned above. My wife Veena, center, and my 2 very bright daughters at the Rajghat Gandhi Museum, National Gandhi Museum, New Delhi, with a copy of the Manpatra. These 3 very brave Mehta women from Dr. P.J. Mehta's family. His son Chhagan Lal Bhai, Mehta's wife Leelavati Kaki, and their 2 daughters, Ramaben and Neelamben, joined Netaji's army. All 3 wrote letters to Netaji in their blood. Sitting in the front from the right is Mota Kaki and in the center is Savita Kaki. They went to jail in 1930 for months. It is mind-boggling that Jain women were so brave and active almost 100 years back. Savita Kaki worked many years under Kamraj and Annadurai administrations in Chennai to help underserved people in Chennai between 1955 and 1970. This is a handwritten blessing from Kasturba Gandhi to my uncle, Moolshankar Nautamlal Mehta. Historical context to help you better understand. From here, falsification and deception started by Louis Fisher. Gurudev never coined the word Mahatma, but Louis Fisher wanted him to say it for Gandhiji. He did his job to fill up book pages with wrong info. The problem is our own so-called Gandhian scholars, historians, authors, and even so-called Gandhi Bhaktos. None had. Have rational thinking with logic and common sense. No one question with 1. What date Tagore said? 2. What location? 3. Gandhiji was there on so and so date. 4. Where is the picture of the event? 5. Where is the picture of that citation? No one ever questions those fundamental questions to accept the historical events. All acted and still acting as stupid as possible. A bunch of our copycat scholars or so-called authorities never had the logic or common sense to question white American authors. My grandfather and uncle tried to fix it in 1950-1960. But in those days, their weapon was writing a letter or postcard with no response. I exposed the above wrong info in 1996, and later Dr. Anand and Dr. Varshaben Das and their team from Raj Gandhi Museum, New Delhi acknowledged it. And they were accepted. Still, bunch of ignorant is singing the song of lousy fisher without anything in the hand. We do not need any research on Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi himself said, "My life is my message." He wrote his own autobiography. It was added by Mahadev Bhaini diary. The final work is almost 50,000 pages of the most authentic work of collected letters of Mahatma Gandhi. Why does anyone need more from this fly-by-night author? Any further work would pollute the golden legacy of Mahatma Gandhi. Apart from Mahatma, Mahadev Bhai's diary is another that is very close to Mahatma Gandhi's words. Here is more proof of Nautamlal Bhagavanji Mehta's, a pioneer and one of the first in freedom of India and on Gandhian mindset. This is 1919 Nautamlal B. Mehta, met Motilal Nehru at Amritsar 1919 and write from Pandit Nehru in 1929. Pandit Nehru's message to Nautamlal B. Mehta in 1929-1907 letter written in Esperanto languages can be read. Go Khalaye, Lala Lajpat Rai Surat session of Congress in 1907.